Welcome to Securing Digitalization, the Siemens Cybersecurity Podcast. Imagine you're building a beautiful, huge industrial bakery and you have your mixers and you have a server where you keep all the very, very valuable recipes that automatically tell your machines what to do. And then you look into the eyes of your IT person and say, what if? What if somebody hacked this and we have, instead of 1 kilo of salt, 20 kilo of salt in our bread? Big problem. And it's not just a problem that you can solve with one company that sold you the mixer or the company that runs your cloud. You need what they call a horizontal solution. And I am speaking today with an expert on horizontal cybersecurity solutions. He is Michael Metzler from Siemens. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Andreas.
So, Michael, you have a very long title. It's Vice President, Horizontal Management Cybersecurity for Digital Industries. That's a mouthful. What is that? What do you need to do exactly?
Yeah, it sounds a little bit blurry, but you know the verticals, right? Vertical approaches which we have within Siemens. It means we're looking specifically for industries.
So as in the rail team would deal with rail customers.
Correct, or food and beverage, or automotive, or called pharma, right? From the horizontal perspective, these are core technology which every vertical, every industry needs to have. These are very essential technologies, and cybersecurity is one of these which holistically basically feeds our expertise to the verticals, to our industries, to our customers in a holistic approach, so to say.
So what I hear from you is no matter what I do, I may make cars, I may make tires, I may make bread. There are a couple of things we all have in common. We all need cybersecurity is one of them. What are others, just as an example?
Sustainability, additive manufacturing, digital twin topics, HEV topics, for example.
And you're now heading up the Siemens work on these horizontal topics. Why are we only doing this now? Why did we only start in 2021?
Because I think now is the right time. Now is the time to bring all of our cutting edge portfolio together, to really leverage all of our expertise from the product business unit, but also from the people, from the services which you offer. Bring that all together, build a nice puzzle, right? And for the nice puzzle, you need to have puzzle pieces. And this is basically exactly what we're doing. We are bringing together the puzzle pieces and make a nice puzzle out of that. To bring that together in a holistic approach all together, this is exactly what the customer needs. And so specifically now, with all of the circumstances we're facing in the world, we need to be very fast in really to get the things together, get all of the elements which we're having within Siemens together and have a tailored approach for our customers to make them cyber secure. I think here really speed is of an essence.
When did, for you personally, your journey into cybersecurity start professionally?
Professionally, it starts basically end of last year, pretty new. But throughout my career, I always got touch points on cybersecurity on various angles, on the sales side, on the portfolio side. So it was not brand new to me, but now to really be focused on cybersecurity, that's pretty new now. And I really enjoyed with a full team of experts to really drive that forward for us.
That's great news because I want to refresh my own knowledge or half knowledge around cybersecurity. And since you're fresh in your new job, probably you did all the training. So help me. Number one, talking about Wi-Fi in public spaces. Is it true that I should never ever use it, be it in hotel lobby or on the aircraft? Do I use public Wi-Fi?
You can use public Wi-Fi, but I can tell you, imagine you're doing online banking and you get hacked from more than one person because it's quite open, right? Then it gets really difficult. And then we don't need to wonder if there's something going on your banking account.
I see. So it's more granular. There's no clear yes/no rule, but you might not do online banking in a somewhat insecure location, but sending a couple of text messages to whatever your buddies, not a big deal.
That's fine. Yeah.
Let's go back to your very long job title. Vice President, so that means important. Horizontal, that we just learned, something that any industry will need. And then Management Cybersecurity for Digital Industries. Why digital industries? Isn't that again a silo, just one part of Siemens?
Digital industries were taking care of manufacturing, factory automation or process automation. This is basically really where the operative technology is there, right? To produce things. We're experts in having the PLCs and having the scale and switches, etc. We have everything, right, to make manufacturing work. And therefore, we're also experts on cybersecurity, how to make those portfolio elements, those manufacturings really cyber secure. And this is what we aim for in digital industries. Of course, there are other areas within Siemens. They're taking care of buildings or healthcare, but we're specifically in the horizontal management. We're taking care of the digital industries of the manufacturing part.
Let's put ourselves into the shoes of a potential customer that needs to build, say, a factory. What's the question that will trigger the Siemens salesperson to send you or your team an email? You're not a self-starter with your team. Somebody has to ask you, hey, Michael, I need help. Come here. So what would be a question from a customer that would finally trigger you and your team to kick into action?
The question would be, please make me a secure concept for my bakery. That would be one of the questions. Or a question, how do I make my vulnerability, or how can I do my asset detection? Things like that. That's what the customer is going to ask the account management, and the account management then goes straight to our horizontal team to answer those questions.
But then they have their own cybersecurity expert. Why do they need you? Why do they need a horizontal solution for, say, a bakery?
Yeah, you might think that all of those companies have their own cybersecurity officers, etc. I think for the big companies, yes. For the small, medium companies, I would say they need to have our guidance how to do it. And this is where we're here for. We see on the customer talks, they're reaching out to us and say, please help me, help us make it secure. And they have lots of questions, and we are there to guide them, specifically those small and medium-sized customers.
Does that mean Siemens is doing free of charge cybersecurity consulting now in the sales process?
No, that's not what it means. Basically, it depends where you're at the customer, right? Do you need to have consulting? You want to have all your assets detected in your manufacturing? That's a paid service, so to say. But if you're asking for a concept, like how could that look like for Siemens, this is something which we would offer the customer as a pre-sales, as a free of charge service from us.
So it's more like, I might get some equipment from Siemens for my new bakery, and how's it going to be safe? And I have other pieces of equipment. And then you might say, look, high level, this is how you can probably keep it secure. And then if you want, we can dig deeper as we progress, and you might even get additional consulting services on top.
Correct. That's very correct.
What do you like about your new job?
I like that we can change some of the essential questions which the economy is facing. How can we secure our industries? And specifically in those times, as mentioned before, it is very crucial to protect industries, to protect customers. And I'm very proud to be part of that, to really bring our expertise to our customers, to make there a change, right? And whenever their customer is coming and saying, great, thanks a lot that you did that for us, that's really a very nice benefit of the job, right? Thankful customers.
What do you not like about your job?
Well, I don't like about my job that there's a lot of time you need to basically influence the mindset of the people, right? Because still a lot of people, they're thinking, hey, I did the modernization of my manufacturing 3 years ago and did all the updates on the software. Imagine 3 years ago. It's a lifetime for a cybersecurity topic. I'm really wondering that some of the customers or some of the people, they don't understand that this is really a crucial topic, cybersecurity. It is necessary to take action on that, and you cannot wait, right? You need to do it now.
When was the last time you found that careless mindset in a conversation?
Just a couple of weeks back, I think. Yeah, there was the topic with the communication island, that you're a communication, or I am a communication island as a company, right? I don't have connection to the outside, which I can tell you that cannot be. If you're connected to the internet, you will have connections to the outside. So these are really discussions we have on a regular basis.
Help me understand better. What industry is that, so that we see why would they think they don't have connections to the outside?
This particular case, I think it was just a machine producer who was talking about that. This maybe is a more industry which is more old-fashioned, so to say. But these are things which are actually happening, right? And I think this is a mindset you only can change if you got hacked. And then it's too late. Then you really understand how cybersecurity is an important topic.
So that particular customer, they may have a factory and they haven't built a cloud. They don't have 5G on the factory floor. So they said, well, look, no, we switch on and off our machines by hand, but then they are connected to the internet. And there may be connections with some of the machines that they didn't think of. They're not safe. They're not secure. What else could we do to change this mindset? Wait until people got hacked and really burned and there's a huge damage, or anything else we could do to help change that mindset?
Discussion. Always communicate with the customers, and I think Siemens is always in contact with the customers, and to really always talk about cybersecurity. I think to keep the communication running, right, about cybersecurity always, specifically in those times, I think this is essential, and this is what we're doing. We also have certain conferences set up with our customers where we put cybersecurity top position in the agenda to once again share why cybersecurity is important and what is our offering. I think this is a continuous communication, continuous dialogue. I think this is the only way to bring that into the minds of our customers.
Most of the other people that I talk to on this podcast, they have been doing cybersecurity for years and some decades. You're very fresh to the field, which I find fascinating, which I find amazing. What made you choose to go down this route after many years in a successful career?
Because this is something where you really can, on the other side, make the customer happy on a topic which is essential for the customer. On the other side, it's a very complicated topic when it comes to all of the portfolio topics and the process behind to get the cyber secure products. So this is the very interesting part, which I like very much. And this also connection to the digital transformation, which we are trying to push as Siemens, right? And their cybersecurity is an essential part. And to be part of that makes it very fascinating. And even though I'm pretty fresh, but on the other side, in my team, there are people which have 17 years of experiences on cybersecurity. And this is also something which makes a difference.
Some people might say, this is amazing. I'm also thinking about a career move and I want to explore cybersecurity. When you think back, reflect on your own learning journey over the last 10 months or so. What was the most difficult bit for you to crack? What was the most difficult learning in cyber that cost you a lot of energy or time?
That Siemens has a lot to offer in cybersecurity, really a lot. From the products to the services to standards you need to consider. To bring that all together, to talk to everybody who's involved, that's a tough nut to crack. But it's amazing how the puzzle pieces getting together, even internal, right? And it's great to see then this puzzle photo, which is then created out of that. That's amazing to see, and that we're going in the right direction. That makes me very happy.
So for you, it was, in a way, the complexity of Siemens that made your learning journey tough at the beginning. When you think of other people who may work at companies that have a smaller portfolio, do fewer things, what's another learning that others might benefit from? What was really tough? What's an area we need to invest more time in as we move into cybersecurity, maybe from a different professional background?
I think a big hill is to understand all of the portfolio elements and understand standards. I think the IEC standard, which is the baseline for all of our doing within cybersecurity, that is the hill to climb, basically, to go through, to deep dive in those standards. I think that's a tough one, and I'm still keep on learning. Therefore, I'm very thankful that the team is supporting me there. But I think this is the hill, if you can call it hill.
How is it for you as a manager to manage a team and to know that most of the people working for you are light years ahead of you, if I may say that, in their specific cyber capability and their understanding of the field? How is it for you as a manager?
That's basically great, because I all do that for the team. And I bring things together, and I building the network inside the company, which is helping the team to be beneficial, to bring the value add to the organizations. And I'm the one who's getting away of the holdbacks to clear the path that they can work independently, get their expertise, which they need, bring that to the customer. I'm moving away those hills to make it more smooth for them. And that's basically my job.
Sometimes when I meet cybersecurity managers who don't have the technical background and this long journey, they are even more effective at communicating with the businesses, with the folks who need to make the money, because they understand the business side and translate into that world of making things happen technically. What's your take on that?
And that's perfectly the second description of my job, right? To bring really the expertise together with business models, to say, hey, who do I need to connect to you? How can we build a business out of that? Different solutions out of that, which we can bring to the customers, things like that. And this is where I think that I'm not those 20 years expertise guy. This is maybe, or it is an advantage to really have that, not as in the rucksack, so to say. And this is helping me a lot.
Yeah, sometimes it's about the language also, that language we share, the language we speak. Talking to someone who's like deep in the technicalities and lots of jargon, I go like, okay, probably you know what you're doing, but I don't understand what you're saying. And then when we don't understand, we like less. So it's also about speaking the language of the customer.
Absolutely. And that's why I'm very grateful that the team is patient with me to maybe twice or third time to explain me things. But finally, I will get it at some point, and then I can make the decision out of that. And I think this is important to have those expert people in the back, right, to make proper decisions based on their knowledge. And therefore, I'm very thankful that we have a team like this.
So you remove the hills, you empower the team, and on the other hand, the team schools you and brings you up to speed. They remove mental hills for you. So they empower you as well. So towards the end, what's in store? You're building these blueprints for different industries. So you'll be faster and better at suggesting how to stay cyber secure in, say, a bakery or tire manufacturing or whatever it is. So what's next for you? What else do you want to achieve with the team?
Yeah, I think that was just a starting point, right? To have on one hand side the expert team together, on the other side building the blueprints until we have really this library of blueprints to serve the customer best, but also building reference architectures to even be faster, which is a more independent from the industries, right? To always use that and show that to our customers. This is exactly how a secure manufacturing would look like. Things like that we are building, but on the other side also to train the people, enable the people internally, but also, of course, our customers in terms of cybersecurity. These are basically the things which are on our horizon.
I like so much what you say. If we compare cybersecurity with other horizontal topics, you mentioned sustainability. 10 years ago, we were aware there's climate change and CO2. 10 years fast forward to 2022, suddenly it does come up almost automatically in many sales conversations. And many salespeople know very, very well what is the CO2 footprint, how can we save. So cybersecurity might be a couple of years behind, but it may be top of mind with customers, with salespeople, with those who design factories, just as the CO2 footprint today.
Absolutely. And I can tell you, the more you will read in the newspapers, and it gets more and more, I think almost every day you hear or you read in a newspaper about a hacker attack. And you wonder who gets hacked again, right? And what are the names, right? There are big names who got hacked. With all those, the frequency of the hackers, it really gets faster and faster. And that brings cybersecurity in an even more spotlight. And this will be essential in the next years to come to really have their solutions for our customers, and that's why we're there.
A couple of listeners may think like, the person that Michael described, that things like, I'm safe, right? That's me. And now if you're that person and think, maybe I'm less secure than I thought, what are additional resources, programs to look into? Automation meets IT is one of those. Tell us a little bit more. What other resources do I have?
I mean, Automation Meets IT is a perfect one because this is a conference which we basically will do in the region Germany, where we invite customers who want to learn more about our offering on cybersecurity. And this is the perfect way to get more insights, to learn why is it important and what can we offer. And this is just one glimpse, right, what we're offering. And we are also having other conferences throughout the world where we put cybersecurity in the spotlight for our customers to learn more about it, to understand more about it. And please watch out for that. There is more to come.
Michael, thank you very much. And people will hit you up potentially on LinkedIn, Michael Metzler, to go deeper. Next time I get my piece of cake and don't like it, I will think, maybe it's the mindset issue. They were not cyber secure and they got hacked. But it might just be that my palate is a bit spoiled or that I have a different taste. Michael, anyways, I wish you all the best for your journey and the journey with your team. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much, Andreas. Take care.